Hi, how are you? It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures with the Gnome Warlock. Today, we are inside of Auchenai Crypts on Heroic. It's our first time doing this dungeon on the Warlock. Let's see how this goes. Hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing pretty good. We will be picking our tailoring specialization at the end of this episode. We'll get to choose between Spellfire, Shadow Weave, and Primal Mooncloth, I believe is the other one. Yeah, Mooncloth. This is gonna be wild, dude. Start popping off. I think he's got threat. We have Enhanced Shaman in our group, Fury Warrior, Resto Druid, and also a Prop Paladin. We'll put the, should I put this on the Paladin? I guess so. Doing a little bit of a skip here. Let's give the Paladin Soulstone. I looked into a little bit of lore about Auchenai Crypts. Check it out here. I think we're somewhat safe. For thousands of years, Auchenai was the massive domed mausoleum where the Draenei laid their dead to rest. Because Draenei souls are deeply connected to the light, their spirits remained lingering peacefully within these halls, protected by a specialized order of priests called the Auchenai. The Auchenai's sole sacred duty was to preserve the peace of the dead, acting as the spiritual wardens of Auchenai. However, everything shattered when the Shadow Council invaded the mausoleum. Led by the warlock Terran Gorefiend, they attempted to summon a colossal apocalyptic entity of pure void Murmur, which is inside of Shadow Labyrinth. The summoning ritual was so violently volatile that it triggered a massive localized explosion of cosmic energy that blew Auchenai apart, leveling the surrounding forest and creating the barren bone wastes. We'll be okay here. Get Soul Priest out. Descent into madness. While many of the Auchenai priests were killed in the explosion, the survivors were completely broken by the tragedy. They had failed their primary mission. Millions of ancestral Draenei spirits had been violently torn from their peaceful rest by the explosion, screaming in agony. Anyone gonna open this? Yeah, someone's got it. Driven completely insane by grief, survivors like Exarch Maladar came to a horrifying conclusion. If the outside world was so corrupt that it would defile their dead, then the Auchenai would use whatever means necessary, even forbidden dark magic, to protect their ancestors. The very order that was sworn to guide and protect souls turned to necromancy, binding the spirits of the dead ancestors back into physical bones and clay constructs to act as mindless soldiers to ward off intruders. So we're pretty much like enslaying this tortured priesthood that just can't move on from what happened when Auchenai was completely destroyed. I guess they feel, you know, like it's somewhat their fault too. These spirits were fighting. Look at all these. Oh my gosh. A massive pull. Let me steer this guy away. I got time for that. Hopefully, we're okay here. I think they forgot about this one. Yeah, there we go. Got him. Everyone forgot. About the Auchenai Vindicator. There we go. There we go, we're pulling up to the first boss, Shirak, the Dead Watcher. Supposedly stitched together by Maladar using necrotic remnants of fallen Draenei beasts. This guy right here. Shirak, the Dead Watcher. Specifically designed to hunt down and consume the magical energy of any magic wielders trying to sneak into the lower tombs. I'm just gonna summon a bunch. Probably CC that guy. Before we like pull. Hear what the heck happened there. The healer died. It's gonna be bad, man. Please kill that one. Tank is probably gonna die. I'll try to kill some living soldier, I guess. Pretty much dead. We need to CC the kill target before they summon all these spirits. Alright, we're back, guys. See how we do here. Could be fine. This next boss is like, I'd say it's the hardest boss in the dungeon. It should be okay though, as long as we're spread out. It does have an ability though that slows our cast time by quite a bit. But we have a Resto Druid. We're pretty damn good for this. As long as we get our dots up, we're doing fine. Just tank here. I don't know. The best, usually where I fight him, is on the stairs. Makes it pretty easy. Not too sure what the Paladin's plan is for this. Could also run up and just want to be spread out. Tanking boss at the back door? Oh, crap. Should tank on stairs. Don't stand on each other. It's just, it's more room. You can be people up top, people on the bottom. I'm just going to be over here. I'll be on the left. See how slow the casting time is? This dot. Casting time increased by 150%. Pretty brutal. I wonder if you can outrange it. Good thing is we got a beast warrior. Focus fire on me. I just got to get out of that. Oh, they're gonna kill this guy pretty easy. In this scintillating headdress of second sight drop. 24 stam, 27 in like 32 spirit. 73 healing power. But yeah, not the best boss if you're in a full caster group. But physical DPS makes short work of them, I guess. It's just seed. Deal with these mobs pretty quick. Warriors pumping. Alright, here we are in the Raging Skeleton Room. There's only two bosses in this dungeon. There's Shirak the Dead Watcher, and then there's Exarch Maladar. Let's see here. I'm gonna get a little bit of aggro. I'm gonna pull though, which is what I'm worried about. Maladar was once a beloved high-ranking spiritual leader of the Draenei. Now he's a raving lunatic, clad in dark robes, surrounded by skeletal remains. Maladar believes that he is the only sane person left on Outland. He views the players, or us, as grave robbers and defilers. During the encounter, he actively summons tormented, weeping spirits of dead Draenei to defend him. I'm gonna get a little bit of aggro here, before we just start spamming seed. When he's pushed to his limits, he summons an avatar of the martyred, a manifestation of the collective suffering of all the souls he has twisted and bound to his will. And if we defeat him, we're pretty much releasing those spirits. Supposedly in retail, they changed this, where when you defeat him, he becomes sane. He's like cleansed of his madness, and he returns to the warlords. Eventually returns to the warlords of Draenor expansion. In the alternate timeline, he's a sane, noble exarch, showing players exactly how heroic and gentle he was before the fall of Auchenai broke his mind. There's some pretty awesome dungeons in Warlords of Draenor that like show what Auchenai used to look like. It's a pretty good expansion, Warlords of Draenor. It's just the problem was the design was bad. With the world design was bad. The garrisons were sort of a mistake. You put Warlords of Draenor with the game design of like any other expansion like Dragonflight or even Midnight today, it'd be pretty damn good. That's why I'd be interested to see what a classic version of WoD would be like if they didn't make garrisons as good as they were. You know, you'd actually have to leave your garrison. Maybe if they added world quests instead. And there's this is our pool right here. The reanimated bones. You know, we're not gonna get that off. Good chest here. And there he is. High Exarch Maladar.
This is sacred ground.
And we're getting lower city rep too, which is good. Pretty sure gives us a they have a nice weapon for tanks, but it's nothing really much for us as a warlock. I think Honor Hold has probably has the weapon we would want. Blade of the Archmage. It's alright. 159 spell damage. 21 crit if we get exalted. It's not bad. It's better. It would be better than our Staff of Infinite Mysteries, I believe.
You will pay with your life.
We combined it with the Khadgar knapsack. Here we are pulling Exarch Maladar.
Of your soul eyes, my fallen brothers, take forth.
We're just gonna burn them.
Light.
I think they're gonna switch.
Be clouded.
You have to kill them anyways. Put some dots up on them. Nice. Alright, so there we go. Will of the Fallen Exarch dropped. I think this is... I'm not too sure what this item is. I think it's reserved. So we'll just greet it. Will of the Fallen Exarch. 21 resilience, 227 healing power, 19 stand mace. Boots of the Unjust drop, 25 stam, 13 hit, 19 crit, 64 attack power boots. Like somebody needs those. And the Sash of Arcane Visions. Pretty nice belt. 28 spell power, 22 spell crit, 23 intellect. It's less intellect, less spell power, but it comes with the crits. Probably not better than our PvP belt. Just greet it. No, I didn't take the belt. It's gonna OS it for heals. Interesting. I think he's just gonna disenchant it. We'll see. Alright, well, there we go. We did good old Auchenai Crypts. We're gonna head over to Sharath, guys. And we'll pick our specialization for tailoring. Got tailoring to 350 now, so once you get it to 350, you get this quest to...
Welcome. Browse at your leisure.
To pick a specialization. Just gonna send some enchanting stuff over. So pretty close. I might just vendor these. It's like 1 gold under. I usually just vendor it. There is a chance that it goes under. There's a chance you get less materials than what they say you're gonna get, so. Sometimes if it's just like, you know, a 50 silver profit compared to the enchanting amount that you would get, I just vendor the item. I wonder if I could show you another piece that's sort of like this one right here. Like the disenchant value is 19 gold. The vendor's 262, so obviously you'd want to disenchant that. I can't because it's soulbound though. I send all my BOE, buying on equip items. I mail it over to my paladin, and the paladin disenchants it. Makes a small profit on the greens. And we get enchanting mats to enchant gear, which helps. We also have 50 badges now, which means I could get the helmet. I'm debating on getting the cloth helmet or the engineering helmet. It's an engineering helmet you can actually make that's pretty good.
What are you looking for?
Oh yeah, here's the quest over here. So we have it to choose between Mooncloth Tailor, Shadow Weave Tailor. This makes the pretty good Shadow Warlock Tier 1 gear, but we're in Phase 2 right now, so it's not as good. I've been recommended to take Spellfire. And the reason why is because when you do your weekly proc, you can proc a different type of cloth from each vendor. I think it's Primal Mooncloth from the Mooncloth one. Spell Cloth, I believe it's called. And then there's, I think probably Shadow Cloth or something like that. I wonder if it tells you here.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Gidge, the resident Spellfire tailoring expert here in Shatra. Not that there's any competition.
Yeah, you can make Spell Cloth.
If you're interested in learning to be a Spellfire tailor and haven't settled on a specialization, I can help. I can teach you the ways of Spellfire tailoring if you wish, but be warned, it's a dangerous
how to make Shadow Cloth.
Creating Spell Cloth in Nether Storm.
And this is Primal Mooncloth.
I'm searching for a way to lessen backlash, but I need more nether wraith essence for my research. Take this beacon with you to Nether Storm and use it to summon a nether wraith. Bring back
I'm gonna go
essence and I'll agree
Spellfire.
to teach you. As a Spellfire tailor, you'll receive twice as much cloth and have access to exclusive patterns.
And you can make the Spellfire
If you
set.
become a Shadow Wave specialist, you will make twice as much Shadow Cloth as an average tailor and have access to several exclusive patterns. Of course, any tailor can use the Altar of Shadows, but a Shadow Weave tailor possesses a deeper attunement to the altar, unlocking powers that few can fathom. Take this crystal to eastern Shadowmoon Valley and find a Netherwing pass leading south from the Netherwing Fields. Near the world's edge, you will find the Altar of Shadows. Use the crystal there.
I can teach you the ways of mooncloth tailoring, if you are interested. By specializing in mooncloth tailoring, Creating primal mooncloth will yield twice the normal amount, and you will have access to several exclusive patterns. All that is required is that you pass a simple test. As to the test, your task is to create a small sample of primal mooncloth in the Moonwell at Cenarian Refuge. I will provide all the materials you'll need when you've created the sample. Bring it back to me for examination.
Alright, so we got this Nether Wraith beacon. We need to use this. And we set off the beacon anywhere in Netherstorm to attract the attention of a Nether Wraith. And then when we kill the Nether Wraith, supposedly you get drop some motes of fire and mana, which is an extra plus, which gives you a little bit more gold. And I think there's like a cooldown on it every few days or something like that. And we'll also get some spell cloth, I believe. So we'll see what happens here. And there's different stuff you can make. So if we pick Shadow Weave, this was what a Warlock should take for Phase 1. You can make the Shadow Weave set. Doesn't have a lot of intellect on it, though. It's like 20 intellect, a few sockets, and then it gives you 72 shadow spell damage, which is a lot. And you can get shoulders, a robe, and boots. The shoulders give you 50 shadow spell damage. Problem is, if you have your tier stuff, like I do, you're not going to use this. So since I have the Phase 1 tier shoulders and chest, I'm not going to use the frozen stuff. Maybe in the boots, probably not either. Probably won't use the boots either. The Shadow Weave boots. 57 shadow spell power, 9 intellect with a few sockets. It's probably not better than our 26 spell power, 19 crit, 23 intellect. It's a lot less intellect than our Boots of Foretelling, so we wouldn't use this, the Frozen Shadow Weave set. And then there's the Spellfire set, which gives you robe, gloves, and belt. You can use this in Phase 1, and instead of shadow and frost damage, it gives you fire and arcane. It's pretty much the same thing, but just different spell schools. And you get robes, gloves, and a belt. So since we'll be able to craft this, and it's pretty expensive. Look at all the spell cloth. You need 14 spell cloth, 16 primal fire, and 4 netherweb spider silk to craft it. Same thing with the Frozen Shadow Weave sets. It's pretty damn expensive. What I'm trying to get is this waist belt of blasting. I have the 4 bolts of imbued netherweave. I just need the primal fire, which will be like 300 gold. And then the nether vortexes. My plan is to join a guild. The guilds usually just give nether vortexes out for free. My guild used to do that. I would even buy them, but they're soulbound, right? So like your guild doesn't really know what to do with them if they have them, and they're just like, hey, like you want a good belt? Here's some vortexes. Just supply your own mats, and it'll be much better than our current belt. Gives us 23 spell hit, 30 spell crit, and 50 spell damage. 2 sockets. And there are people out there saying, like, I bring my vortexes, you bring your mats, but you gotta pay me, I don't know, between 400 to 1,000 gold for my 2 nether vortexes. And then plus a tip. And your mats. So, I don't want to buy nether vortexes for that amount, but I would pay 50 to 100 gold for another vortex, per vortex. So here we are in Netherstorm, guys. Let's use this Nether Wraith beacon. Supposedly we're gonna... Oh, damn it. Is the guy gonna kick my ass? He looks like he is. Okay, I need to, like, prepare for this. Okay, go get him. Go sick him, champ. He's running all over the place. Shadow Blast. How much damage does that do? Well, I guess we'll never know. Well, I think he might have hit us with it. And there we go. We got a Nether Wraith Essence. So now let's fly back to Shadrath. We'll turn this in. And then we will be Spellfire Tailors.
Where would you like to fly to?
You have to be careful which one you pick, because usually it's like 100 to 150 gold to switch. But I'm mostly focused on making gold with this, so I was recommended to get this, go Spellfire, but it should be pretty chill. I don't know. We're probably just gonna sell the spell cloth, to be honest. Just put it on the auction house. I checked the auction house; they're all around like 44 gold each with the spell cloth. Primal Mooncloth's not a bad idea because you can make make the bags the 20 slot bags. So I was considering that. Primal Mooncloth bag. 8 Primal Mooncloth, 4 Netherweb Spider Silk. Pretty nice bag. 20 slot bags are awesome. If there's any like really nice bags for I wonder if it's worth it getting a soul shard bag. Probably is. It's the best 28 enchant soul slot soul bag. The Ebon shadow bag. Oh, you need shadow cloth. You could just buy that though off the auction house, I assume. 6 shadow cloth, 4 netherweb silk, so it would be around like 250 gold for an Ebon shadow bag. And you can put 28 gems in. You can always just have like 28 shards, which is nice. I might actually do that. Just have one bag that's for shards, because you go through them quick. I was in the Kil'jaeden and like I think I had like 15 or 20 shards, and I went through from the last boss we used like 15 shards, and there's another warlock there that used like 20 shards as well, so like it was insane the amount of shards we used. They go pretty quick. Especially when you're using, you know, summoning a succubus every death, and you're also, you know, doing Ritual of Souls to get everybody a health stone, and then every 20 minutes you're 20 to 30 minutes well, every 15 minutes you're creating a soul stone to put on somebody. So you go through, I guess we'll say 2.5 to 3 shards a pull. So the Ebon Shadow Bag could be beneficial for us, I think. But all of the cloth sells for the same amount. It really doesn't matter. I can make the Spellfire bag, which is a cool enchanting bag I could give to, I guess, my paladin. Do you need tailoring to use it? Probably not. That wouldn't make any sense. There's a gem bag you can make as well. But yeah, we can make this the Spellfire enchanting bag. I wonder how much a Ebon shadow bag is. Yeah, here they go, right here. 400 gold that people want. Ridiculous. Primal Mooncloth. Primal Mooncloth bags 358 gold. That makes sense. That looks. You need 8 Mooncloth for it. Alright, well, let's turn this in and we will be Spellfire Tailors. Hopefully this was a good choice. If not, then you can always just switch for like 150 gold.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Gidge, the resident Spellfire tailoring expert here in Shatra. Not that there's any competition, but if you're interested in learning to be a Spellfire tailor and haven't settled on a specialization, I can help. Even this smallest sample of the creature's essence radiates power. Perhaps I misunderstood what's happening. We're not injuring the race by taking energy from the environment. Rather, the race and the environment are the same thing. Don't hesitate to let me know if you make any further discoveries, now that you've become a Spellfire tailor.
I'm not too sure if I want to click that. I might just lose gold. So let's see if anything's changed now that we're a Spellfire tailor. Do we have to go to a tailoring trainer?
Pleased to meet you.
How many we have for
Gidge,
sale?
the resident
Oh,
Spellfire
patterned
tailoring
spellcloth.
expert here in Shatra. Not
Okay,
that there's
well,
any
let's
competition,
learn that.
but if you're interested in learning to be a Spellfire tailor and haven't settled on a specialization, I can help.
Oh, so we can make spellcloth with 1 bolt of imbued netherweave, a primal mana, and a primal fire. So let's go make one. Why not? We have the cooldown up. I think there's a cooldown on this, pretty sure. We'll head over to Ironforge. Should I go Stormwind? Go Stormwind. Okay, so let's get ourselves a bolt of
What can I? No one's ever stolen anything out of here.
There it
Not
is,
in the
our
whole
bolt of
history
imbued
the whole
netherweave.
history.
And then I need to go purchase a primal mana and a primal fire. I wonder when I can. Wait, do I have to be in a certain? I probably have to be somewhere specific to craft this. Let's get a primal mana. I don't want to buy out 5 of them. Just want 1. And a primal fire. I don't even know if this is like worth it. Yeah, we're like losing gold here. Like, so we'll make one. I spent like 40 gold. 71 gold. Let's probably spend a little less than that. This is only worth 40 something gold. We'll see what happens. Let's see if I can craft it here. Probably can't. You need to be in Netherstorm. Alright, guys. Well, I have to find my way back to Netherstorm. I'll probably have to get a mage port. Port chat. Let's see if I can get port chat. And trade here. Portal Shatwrath. Looking for port. My little man. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, we missed the port, bro. I'll give you 2 gold for a port to Shat. I used to do this. I used to sell portals. On my mage and vanilla. I would hang out in Kargath. In the Badlands. As a horde undead mage and sell portals until I could afford to get the materials for Thunder Fury, and I never dropped the binding for... The binding from Baron Ged never dropped for me. Probably did Molten Core for close to 2 years.
Be kind to those less.
So we'll see what we get here, guys. We got the stuff. So I have to be in Netherstorm, which is nice. That's not too bad. If you're the Shadow Weave guys, you have to go to this area here, Shadowman. It's like a certain it has to be a specific location. The cool thing about, I guess, Spellfire is like you just go to Netherstorm and you're done. Yeah, hopefully I made the right choice. There might be... I know a lot of the other items from tailoring. There's a really nice chest. I think it's the Sunfire robe. This is like the end game chest. Oh, wow. Is this it? No. Yeah, this is the end game chest. I'm pretty sure. 71 spell damage. It's really good. 40 spell haste, 40 spell crit, 3 red sockets, 34 intellect. Pretty sure that's the final phase cloak that tailors can make. Looks like that. Can't really see it because I have get rid of the tabard maybe. You can actually see the chest. Yeah, it probably looks a little bit better without the tabard. Let's see what we can look at it again here. It's like this. Yeah, it costs so that'll be selling for quite a bit. I think the cost of Spellcloth and Shadowcloth will go up quite a bit during that phase because of that. And then you also need 2 primal nethers. I have a few. I've been collecting primal nethers just in case we need them for stuff like this. I have like 9 right now. I think that could be just the amount we need. But yeah, we could have went with the shadow one too. But supposedly when we kill this mob up here, it's going to give us some motes of fire and mana, which the other specialties don't do. You don't really get any extra materials. But they don't have to fight a mob to get their cloth. We do. I wonder if I can do it right in Area 52. We'll make sure we get our Voidwalker out this time. I'm happy we got rid of the tabard. It's going to be cool when we get the helmet for this set. Alright, so here we are. Let's make ourselves some spell cloth. We're in Netherstorm. Oh no. I don't know what Shadow Blast does. Probably won't kill us. So there we go. We made our spell cloth. We got 2 spell cloth there. 2 motes of mana and a mote of fire. So that actually was worth it. 2 spell cloth is, I guess you could say 85 gold. You got 2 motes of mana, which is like 4 gold, and then a mote of fire, which is, I guess, 2 gold. So you get an extra 6 gold just from being the Spellfire specialization, I guess you could say. Which is kind of cool. We actually got 2. I wonder what the proc rate is. What's the lowest and highest amount you could get? So we'll go back. Let's see if we can make another one. 3 days, 19 hours. So every 4 days, I can do that, and we'll make a little bit of coin. And eventually, with these, we can make our own primal mana. If we just collect these motes of mana and motes of fire, and then we'll profit a little bit more than just, I guess, how much did we spend there? Like 40, 50 gold, we'll say, on the primal fire, primal mana. And then the imbued netherweave is 5 gold. So it's like 55 gold. You profit around like 40 gold, maybe. I don't know. It's not too much. But it's a cool little farm, and we need, 12 spell cloth if we ever want to craft this chest eventually, which is a Sunfire Rope, which is our best in slot chest for the final phase of the game. But as always, guys, that's going to be the end of today's episode. Thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.